So, you want to go to college at 16 and you're wondering, what is it really like? Good for you! I went to college at 16, this is what I went through, and here are what you should know going into college at 16. First of all, let me explain how I went to college at 16. I'm from Ireland and our education system is a bit unique in the sense that when you're going to secondary school, which is from 1st to 6th year, 4th year is optional. So I was already young going into secondary school to begin with, and I skipped TY, that's what we call it, transition year, 4th year. So that means I only did 1st year, 2nd year, 3rd year, and I went straight into 5th year, proceeding into my leaving cert cycle. I skipped TY and I was already young to begin with. I ended up graduating from my secondary school at 16, which was pretty young, and then I enrolled in college and I got my first choice, which was UCD. Right now I'm a second year and I'm 18, but when I went to college I was 16. As someone who has done it, let me tell you what it's actually like. So let's talk about the pros and the cons. The cons of going to college so early is like obvious. You're underage, you're 16, and most people are about 18, 19 going to college. There are some people that are 17, but being 16 is really rare. I was the only one. I don't know anyone else who is 16. And I was really embarrassed about being 16 because I was made fun of in school because I was so young. I just think people look down on me. I don't know, I was just so young, and so I got a complex around it. I felt really embarrassed about being so young. I felt like a child, even though I didn't feel like a child inside me. I felt like I was treated like a child, which I understand. I was younger than other people there. People in my school were 2 years older than me. Some people were even older. They would be like, why the fuck is a 16-year-old in my class? So I get it, but still did a number on my self-esteem. Yeah, I was really embarrassed of finishing school so early and going to college so early. So what I did was I lied to everyone I met. My birthday was in November. The semester starts in September. So for 3 months, I was 16 and I didn't tell anyone. Yeah, I told everyone that I was 17, and then my birthday rolled around, so I didn't tell anyone it was my birthday, because then they'd be like, oh, you're 18. Like, no, I just turned 17. Lied to everyone. Nobody knew it was my birthday, except for the people I already knew from school that went to the same college as me. That's kind of an extreme case. You don't have to lie and not tell people you're 16. I just had a negative experience with it, so I didn't want people to look down on me because I was younger than them. I didn't want to be talked condescendingly towards or treated like a child, because I didn't feel like I was. I mean, yeah, I was young, but I was in the same life position as you. Just because you're 2 years older than me, it doesn't... We're still in the same place together. Maybe this is me still being protective of my little old self. I still feel the same. I still think I deserve the same respect as the people who were older than me. Like, we were in the same life situation. We were both in college. Second of all, so you can have like this imposter syndrome, which is what I experienced being younger than everyone else. I lied about my age. I felt like I didn't belong, and I felt like I was going through life way too fast. Because I was 16, I finished high school, I'm already in college, I'm just 16, I just turned 17, and I feel like people around me have so much more experience than me. What am I doing? I'm rushing through life too fast. But I'm here to tell you that those emotions are normal. And at the end of the day, you have to think about whether it was your decision to make to go to college so early. I feel like my parents influenced me a little bit as well, but it was mostly my decision. I could have not went. I could have taken a gap year. But I was like, if I don't go to college now, I don't think I ever will go to college. So there's nothing wrong going to college as young as you are. And you definitely shouldn't be ashamed of it. Which, from experience, like, why the hell was I ashamed of it? It's actually such a flex that I'm younger than everyone and I'm 18 and in second year. Like, that's so impressive. I feel like the obvious one would be drinking. There's a huge drinking social culture in college. Like, that's how you make friends, societies. They're all kind of just an excuse to go out and drink. And that's where, like, people bond and make friends, love interests, all that stuff. That is a huge aspect of college culture. And of course, it's fine if you don't drink. You don't have to. But getting into these places like pubs and bars, you can't if you're 16, which I definitely experienced. I did have a fake ID. I don't know if I should be saying that on the internet. It was just a photograph of my passport. I wouldn't get accepted into most places, and I remember this one time I was on my college campus bar where, like, why would you ID? Everybody is a student, and they ID'd me, and I was like, oh god, and so many people were standing around me, and I was like, please, I don't want anyone to know I'm 16, because I was getting a drink. So I showed them my student ID, and they were like, fine. And I got away with it. But yeah, I don't recommend doing anything illegal, definitely, but just be aware that that is something that you will go through. You won't be able to go to these social events because you're 16. You can still go to not drinking related events. I'm just saying that that's really kind of quintessential college experience. In my opinion, what I've experienced, a lot of people go drinking, and if you want to make friends, you don't have to go drinking, but it's easier, I would say. I don't want to promote alcoholism or drinking or anything. Another thing is, this is kind of funny, but if you're interested in someone, I feel like it might be a bit harder to find people that you like, for example. So for example, you like this boy and he's 20, and you're 16, not gonna work. because there will be guys or girls in your year that are older than you that you're interested in. You just can't date them because they're just too old for you, which is weird, I know, but just think of that. That's the thing that I noticed when I went to college, being so young, is that I felt uncomfortable dating people because I was a lot younger than them. Just keep that in mind. You don't want anyone catching a case. My last con is like stress, anxiety, and pressure. Of course, when you're younger, when you're 16, going to like this huge life-changing decision, like going to college is a huge transition from secondary school. You're completely independent and everything depends on you. You're not in school anymore. Like whether you do your assignments, whether you do your homework, it's all dependent on you. Especially because I was paying for my own college. Even the fact that you have to pay for college, so you have to do these things, otherwise you're wasting your money for nothing. It's kind of a lot. I think I was definitely overwhelmed in my first couple of months. I was like, what am I doing with my life? I'm so young. I should be in 5th year in school and I'm here in my first year of college. Nobody around me can relate to me, everybody's older than me. I don't know, I just felt like I was too ahead and at the same way behind on experiences that other people had experienced. So yeah, definitely like there is anxiety, stress, and pressure. Also the workload is a lot more different than school. That transition again like took a lot of time. Time management, self-independence, and the workload can be really hard, especially because you're younger than everyone else, so you just feel like you have it harder, which is a valid, in my opinion. I definitely felt like that. Now I'm 18 and I'm definitely more settled into college. Like I'm in second year, my second semester, and I'm like, I think I'm good. I'm chilling. Like I have no regrets. I'm glad I went to college at 16. These are just like my advice and my tips to like, if anyone is considering it. Let's talk about the pros, because I feel like I heavily focused on the cons. You have a head start in life. You are 16 going into college. My college is only 3 years, so I'm gonna graduate around 19, 20. That is so young. Some people only go to college at 19, 20. If I want to do a master's or a PhD, for example, I have a lot more time to make mistakes, which kind of, in a sense, takes the pressure off. I have a head start ahead of people who don't have maybe that type of time. They want to have a career, a degree by this certain point. And even though it's only like 2 or 1 year ahead, that matters. Like that counts. It kind of relieves me a little bit. Even if I don't like my course that much, like I'm not saying I don't, but hypothetically speaking, or if I'm not enjoying my time in college, it's okay because I have time to figure my life out. Like you have time. Also, it's really impressive to go to college at 16, like resumes and stuff, they will look at you different. Even though like my course is an arts degree, it wasn't really that hard to get into. Still, I went to college at 16. Still like a little, like pushes you forward a bit. It's just a little something, something. I feel like this is just my experience, but I was definitely really ashamed of going to college so young. There is nothing to be ashamed of. In fact, it's a flex. It's actually really impressive. So these are just some things that you should think about before you go to college. My personal experience, that's what I've experienced. I do not regret it at all. I'm really happy. I'm really settled. I know what I am doing right now at the moment in college. I don't know with my life, but that's where we're going from here. Yeah, if you are 16 and you are considering it because maybe you want to do medicine and you need a lot of years to study and you don't want to waste any time, I'd say go for it. Just keep all those cons in mind and don't be too upset when you're faced with them. 100% recommend go to college at 16, get that head start in life, why not? Anyway, thanks for watching, subscribe to Masha Talks, and thanks for watching. See you in the next video.